Hello everyone, Cute Bunny here. You can see her. Okay, cool. Alright, so today I am going to cash stuff the second half of my January's budget, and I'm also going to condense my folders, mainly this one. I've got varying amounts of cash. I've got some bigger denominations, so I can do a little bit of condensing as well. And then I'm going to show you the progress on this one. I've allowed for that. And I will talk to you about what's happening over here as well. So let's start with the cash stuffing for today. 50, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 65, 265. And the other 10 at the back does have a purpose later on, and I will explain that shortly. Okay. Okie dokes. All right, so let's start. So what I'm going to do, this is my grocery purse, this is my personal spending, and that is the misc spending for the month. That's mainly what I'm stuffing today, but I am going to take a little bit of the cash out, pop it aside for later on in the month, and I can do either a cash stuff or a savings challenge video with that money. And if I save anything else out of these categories later in the month, I can do the same again. So it's just about being really smart with my buying and spending choices. And, you know, if I've got excess, like leftovers, I can, you know, make a decision what I'm doing. So that's where we're at. So let's go with that. So I was just going to do a reduced grocery budget, but I just got a Flybuys $50 for 4 weeks, and you get $50 or 10,000 points. I do the points and then I cash them out for either Flybuys dollars or gift cards if you're in Australia. So I'm going to need the full 100 for the next 2 weeks of Flybuys. So 50, 70, 90, 100 going into my grocery purse, and I also keep my gift cards in here as well. This one was my Flybuys gift card I redeemed recently, $50, and that's ready to go. So if I need to buy anything at Bunnings, I have a spare Coles Myer and a spare Woolworths, but they are for like if I'm really stuck. So that's the purse, that's the groceries put aside. Personal spending gets 75, but I'm going to take a little bit of that out. So 50, 20, 40. Actually, I wanted to condense. Hang on. What was the plan? There was a plan in place. Hang on. Let me just condense this. I need to condense the gifts, and then I have enough money for everything else. Okay, I'll do that first. Sorry, guys. So 10, 20, 30, 35, 45, 55, 60. So we're going to take out 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. We're going to stick a 50 in here. 50, 60 back in the gifts. That's better. That's what I was wanting to do. Now I've got a lot of extra cash, so I can do it whichever way I want. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, having to do that beforehand. Now I can work out what I'm going to do. 20, 40. I reckon they're going to go in tens, because I've got some cash condensing to do later. 20, 40, 50, 60, 75. What I'm going to do, 10, 20, 40, 50, 60. I'm going to keep 15 aside. So that will be put back there for another thing later in the month. So 20, 40, 50, 60. I'll pop that one in personal. Pop that back in there. And we'll just do the same with this one. But I did want to do some cash condensing, so I'm going to be stuck with tens. And fives. Okay, that's all right. 10, 20, 30, 5, 40, 5, 50, 5, 60, 5, 70. No, that's not going to work, is it? 75. 20, 30 again, we'll start again. 20, 30, 40, 50, 5, 60, 5, 75. 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 65, 75. And if we do the same as that we did with that one, take 10, 15 out. I'll have 20, 30, 45, 55, 60 to put in my spending for the rest of the month. Pop that aside. Pop that back in there. If that goes back in my handbag, this goes over here to the side to be spent at a later date, probably on a savings challenge or on some excuse me, sinking funds. $15. Oh yes, okay. So I had $15 left, which is correct, and I was going to put that into this challenge. So what I am going to do, guys, I worked out that 50 cents a day for January ends up being $15.50. So I'm going to put aside the $15, and then I'm going to owe myself $1 or $5, or I'll round it up. So what I'll do each month is I'll just add the cents together and round it up to the nearest dollar, or maybe $5, because what I want to do is I'm waiting on a friend. She's sending me some envelopes that she's made for me, and they don't have the zips, they're just the open ones, so I don't want to have to deal with coins. So I'm thinking I'll put that in there. So I'll pop the 15 in. I'm just going to write 15 on the bottom, and then I'm going to just draw around there to say I've paid the 15, and then I'll just owe myself the 50 cents towards the end. Or I'll just chuck an extra $5 in at the end of the year or something like that to just add to make up the rest. I don't have the envelope for this, so this one's going to have to go over there out of the way. So that's the January's done. 50 cents a day for January. Saved, done, out of the way. All right. Now, I was going to cash condense, but it looks like I am going to struggle with that because I've just used all the 20s in here. What have I done? It's probably not going to matter. I'm happy to sacrifice 20s for myself purely because the more small money I have, the less likely I am for my own spending to spend big amounts of money. So how about we do some condensing anyway? Let's try it. Let's see what we need to do. That one seems to be okay, but health or massages and health, whatever I want to use it for. 20, 30, 40. Let's take the 10s, put a 20 in. Those two go to me. I won't put them back in the cash tray. So that's still got its 40. I'm actually going to move that to the side as well so I don't get mixed up with what I'm doing because I've got 3 things on at once. The garden can actually have a 10 or some 10s. 25, 35, so we'll make that 10s. 20, 35. Shopping is going to stay. Camping. I did buy some jeans today, guys. I went to the op shop looking for dice. Didn't have any dice. And I found a $4 pair of jeans from Katie's. And I've actually dropped a whole dress size. I can't believe I fit into a size 14 jeans. And I went, I'm grabbing them because I've listed a bigger pair of jeans that are too big now on Facebook. Hopefully they'll sell. If not, I'll just donate. And there's other pairs of jeans that should fit but are still already too big. So this is the whole point of having that clothing fund there. So I will have to remove that out at some point. I won't do that now, but I will have to take $4 out of there and swap it over. Actually, why don't we just take the five, put the 5s back in there, and then I can just take the 5 out. Actually, and then I'll just take the 5 now. How about I just take the 5 now? All right. So I owe myself that from into my purse where I bought it from today because I didn't have my clothing fund with me. All right, that's good. Gifts already has a $50 note in it, so we're good for that. And that'll do. The condensing, that just makes things a little bit more manageable. And I have lots of change for my spending, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. All right, I didn't end up with my 5s, but that's okay. All right, now the next thing is that what I wanted to do is talk to you about my next, one of my other plans for the year. Now, I remember I was talking about getting a freezer. I'm sick of the chest freezer, and I end up with like all these unidentified food objects at the bottom, and I'm in the process of eating what's in the freezer, and then I'll clear it out and I will actually clean it up, list it on Facebook cheaply, try and sell it, and I will add it to my new freezer fund, which, where have I put that? Must be in this one here. For now, yes. All right, my new freezer fund. Now I've looked up, and the upright freezers that I'm looking in for are in anywhere from $550 to $700-ish. It's a lot of money for a freezer, so I'm going to try and save what I can towards it for the first half of the year, and then maybe look at buying it towards the end of the year. So I sold something yesterday for $10 on Facebook. That is my first $10 for my freezer fund. And to make it fun, I thought I would actually do a couple of challenges to colour them in. So this is an alphabet savings challenge. You're just putting in different dollars for each letter. So we'll just do the 10. So we'll colour in the J for $10. And then this one only comes to $350. And then I've got a 24 envelope challenge, which I haven't finished laminating yet. Once this one's done, I will add that to this one, and then I will keep going until I get to around 700-ish or close. And then that will be that. So what I'm hoping to achieve from the freezer fund, I'm hoping to sell some more things on Facebook. Any cans from now on, normally when I cash in $4 or $5 a cans every 4 weeks, I usually put it into my savings, into my camper van, into my car savings or / camper van savings. This time around, I want to stick them in the freezer. So any surveys money I earn, which is very little, will be put in this. Anything extra as a bonus that I get will be put into this now. And then once I've got this covered, I'll go back to putting it in the car. Yeah, so that's my freezer fund started, guys. $10 and a lot more to go. I am in the process of setting up some tinies, and I will be doing a video with some tinies at some point soon. And I again have a few more to laminate, and then I'm going to do, and that will be super small. Like, it will probably be like $10, $12 at a time, like genuinely tiny tinies, just to show that you can still save on a small income. And then those tinies will probably be added to the freezer fund as well, I'm guessing at this point, because yeah, so everything else is a bit slow, but that's okay. And you know, as I said, it's going to be tricky to get everything to work, guys, but I am doing absolutely everything I can. I'm looking forward to being able to do some more challenges again soon. So, but that was condensed a little bit as well. Now, this one, last thing, and then I will go. So, remember how I started putting money into my little photo album? What I've decided to do is turn it into a little monthly little envelope system for myself, and this is just paper. I've just written January on. It's not even a proper envelope, it's just a bit of paper folded. But because they're going in there, they're fine. So I've done January to December. And what I am going to do is, if I have a spare bit of cash somewhere laying around at some point, I'll be chucking a small bit of cash inside each month and leaving it there, not looking at it, not worrying about it. And then next year, each month I pull that little bit of cash out and I either save it, spend it, or put it into savings challenges. I can make a decision what I do at that point. What I'm going to do is I've put that $20 I already had in here into July for this year, and then I will add something to the last half of the year. Then when I get that filled, I'll start for next year's January to June, and then I'll just keep going through until hopefully there's something in each month by the time I get to next year. If it's only $10 or $20 a month, you know, with all of the other things I'm doing on my tiny income, you know, it'll be amazing if I get all this done. But I'm a pretty determined lady. I will generally find a way to make things work. So it's a matter of me now not doing any more, not overcapitalizing on anything else, focusing on what I'm doing currently. Keep doing the savings challenges, and then they can be added to my funds as I've set them up, and just keep working my way through that. So thank you very much for hanging out with me today. Now I've got my spending money for the rest of the month. I will be doing a grocery shop in the next couple of days, and then hopefully I won't need anything else much till later in the month. All right, hope you had a great time with me. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like, please don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you guys all in the next video. Bye for now.